Hi, good afternoon. Welcome to Make It Monday Facebook Live. I hope you're all having a great, marvelous Monday. I have a really fun card to share. I'm really excited to share with you. If you are here, please say hello. Let me turn my comments on so I can see. If you were here last Wednesday, I apologize for all the technical difficulties. That was awful. I think I've got them all fixed. Hi, Stacy. So hopefully we're not going to freeze up and I don't know, but I think I found the problem and fixed it. Anyway, let's turn the camera around. Here, my hairy arms out of the way. This is the card we're going to make. It's a step card, an Easel step card. So it's going to sit like this. And then there are the little layers that we're going to make. So this is the card, and we're going to make it using the Sweet Gingerbread bundle. I think last Monday I shared this cute little gingerbread treat box using the sweet. So I just thought all of the little elements would really make a cute step card. And then it has a little easel stand in the back so it stands up straight. It's kind of hard to see at that angle. Hi, Sherry. So the card itself starts out with an 11 by 4 1/4, and I guess I'll do it with my trimmer. We're gonna have to extend the arm out. Thank you. I love this set, the Sweet Gingerbread set. I really love the house. When I get off here, I may attempt to make a haunted house scene card, step card. I don't know. I've got to do my Tuesday tutorial and get that going. If you're on my mailing list, you get a free tutorial every Tuesday. So make sure you go over to theplaidpoodle.com and sign up for that. Okay, where's my cheat sheet? Here we go. So I've got a 4 1/4 by 11. So I just cut one 8 1/2 by 11 inch piece of this is Sweet Sorbet, our new red this year. I just cut one of those sheets in half to make this card, and we're going to score it on the 11-inch side at 1 1/4. Two and a half, 4 1/4, 6. Hi, Kathy. And 8 1/4. And that's going to make all of our little steps. I'll put that over there. Then we're going to fold this back because that's going to be our little easel. I have to remind myself. This forward. So you're going to make basically 1, 2, 3 mountain folds. And that's our steps. And then you might want to use your bone folder to really crease those folds. And that's how it'll stand up. Now, for this back part, we're going to take a piece of the Sweet Sorbet, and this measures 4 1/4 by 5, I believe. Yes. And it's going to fit perfectly on this back panel. Kathy just got in from the pool. It looks like it's going to rain over here. Hi, Kat. Nice to have you live. You're always so nice to leave comments on my recordings. If you all missed the live, they're very easy to find over on my YouTube channel. It's just youtube.com/theplaidpoodle. And I send the replays over there. So if you ever miss them, that's an easy place to find them. And Kat is always so nice to leave comments. Okay, so there's our little card base. So we've got that sticking up in the back, and that's just going to be our background. And I am going to add a piece of 4 by, what would this be? 4 3/4? Yes. It's 1/4 of an inch smaller than my 4 1/4 by 5. And I'm using I should show you that. I'm using the candy cane because, you know, it's a gingerbread house. It's called Sweetest Christmas Designer Series paper. And I'm just using a simple pattern, a diagonal stripe, because I don't want to take away or distract from my little gingerbread scene that I made. And I love this in the Sweet Sorbet. It's just kind of a fun pinkish red, not real traditional red. Hi, Stephanie. So that's the background for our easel step card, I'm calling it, because we've got a little easel in the back. Or I guess you could just call it a step card. Now, our little front panel, I use the opposite side of that paper, and it measures about 1 1/8 by 4. And I just thought that would be fun to use the candy canes there in front, since we've got our gingerbread house with the lollipops. I didn't do any gumdrops on this card. So there you go. Now we could add some things back here if we wanted to, but I just made my scene all on this second little mountain, the second little panel. And I die cut out, here are the die cuts that coordinate with that sweet gingerbread stamp set. And when you buy the dies with the stamp set, you save 10%. So I'm going to use this snow mound. And I've already cut this out because there was a lot of die cutting and I didn't want you all to have to sit and watch me. I'm going to have to grab some white paper though, because we are going to do a little stamping, and I think I forgot. So this one measures about 2 1/4 by 4 1/4, and it's just going to fit right there and peek up above. I'll probably prop it up just so the little corners don't show, like that. And I'm just using my liquid glue because it's quick and easy. Okay, there's our little snow mound. Now we're going to embellish that. I went ahead and cut one of the fence dies, which I think would make a really cool Halloween card. That fence is very, what would you call it? Medieval. It's a wrought iron fence. I use black cardstock. I'm going to grab my, hopefully I had to wash it, so I hope I put it back where it belongs. Well, what did I do with my, y'all, so disorganized. Well, I was going to use my silicone mat, but I can't see it. It's probably right in front of my face. Hi, Loopy. But I like to use my silicone mat and a little glue dauber or a little, I'll use this little plastic bag here. When I'm using these real intricate dies, make sure I've got the back here. And I just daub a little glue on there. But when you have your silicone mat, it washes right off. So it might be over on the sink in the other room. I might have taken it in there. Okay, so I'm going to put this little guy right here, and then we'll snip off the extra. I just think that fence is so cool and could be used for so many different cards. Okay. Then I went ahead and cut out 3 trees. I didn't stamp them. I just cut them out of garden green cardstock. So I'm going to plop them up here on my snow hill. Hill of snow, snow mound, whatever. Hi, Vicki. Wow, everybody is home today. It's a Monday. It looks like it's going to rain here. I don't know if it's supposed to or not. I didn't pay attention. I'm going to put this one down here because I put a lot of glue on that thing. And then I'll pop this one up right here. So there's our little forest. Now let's put together our little gingerbread house. So for that, we're going to have to do some stamping. Just going to grab this piece of basic white. Sorry about that. And I'm going to grab my mat here. These are photopolymer. And we're going to use some memento for our sentiment. And I just liked the Have a Sweet Christmas. Since we've got our little lollipops out there and our candy canes. And I'm using just the black ink. And I think, oh, I also wanted to try something. I didn't do this on my sample, but I thought after I started I wanted to try this. Hope I don't ruin it. I went ahead and cut my gingerbread house out of soft suede. I think it looks so so much like gingerbread. Stephanie says she loves the font on this set. Isn't it fun? I'm going to use this window and door outline. I'm going to go down here in case I go off the paper. I don't want to use up all my paper. And it will outline our door and our windows. I haven't used this one yet, and I just wanted to try it. There we go. I don't know if you can see that, but it's going to leave a little, good grief, a little edge to our door and windows when I add those. So we're done with our little house and we're done with our memento. And I am cutting the sentiment out with this little cloud slash word bubble. So I went ahead and cut that out. Then with the sweet sorbet, I'm going to stamp, too much stuff going on here, 2 lollipops. And that is the only sweet sorbet I'm using. And then the windows, I'm using the light pink, the Flirty Flamingo. And I think that's all of that I'm using. And then the door, I used a little pool party. There we go. And I think that's all the stamping. We're going to cut out, which I already did. I cut out the little gingerbread roof out of white, basic white cardstock. And I went ahead and cut out our door and the two windows. I think I'm going to like the little outlines. It kind of makes everything look a little bigger. And then here are our two lollipops that we're going to use. And I think that's all. Oh, for the wreath, I was going to show you how I did the wreath because I wanted to color the little berries red and the wreath green. I went ahead and used my Stampin' Write markers. I haven't done this for a long time, so I thought I would share how I do this. You don't want to use your Stampin' Blends. They will stain your markers and they won't do anything. They'll just dry so quickly. But since these are water-based, you can use your Stampin' Write markers to color on your stamps. So I'm using Garden Green on the wreath part and the little holly leaves. I overkill on this. And then I'm using the Sweet Sorbet on the little holly berries here. And then you give it a little huff. And it gives you kind of a watercolor look. But then when we're going to die cut it out. We'll go ahead and die. I guess I didn't die cut it out for you all. I didn't make it ahead of time. So we'll die cut that out. Was there anything else we needed? Oh, we need to die cut out the little stair steps. Because I went ahead and did, I used 3 of them. So my house doesn't look like it's floating in the air. I wanted to give it a little something down there. I was either going to take some watercolor and make it look like there was a ground there, but I decided to use the little step dies, which, where'd my dies go? Oh, right here. It makes a little, what do you call that when it sidewalk up to your up to your house? A little stepping stone. So we will cut those out too, and I'm going to need a scrap. I believe I have one in here in the trash. There it is. A scrap of, this is, what is this? You guys, my brain just went dead. I'll think of it here in a minute. It's one of our neutrals. If you all remember what color this is, put it in the comments. My brain just went fried. Y'all, I had COVID several weeks ago. And I believe in COVID brain because I have been having trouble. I'm completely well now. I'm just, I tested negative and all. But, which they say sometimes you don't test negative for several months after. But I did test negative. But I am having trouble with my thoughts. Sahara sand. Thank you, Stephanie. It is Sahara sand. It came to me right when you posted that. Okay, So I'm going to tape that down a little bit. And let's move our stuff out of the way. Probably need to trim this down a little bit to fit in my mini cutter. And there's our little wreath. And then our stairs, let's see what happens with this. My fingernails aren't long enough. Here we go. There's a little bit of sticky on the back of this scrap because I used my, which I'm kind of glad about. I used my press and seal, which I'm going to do again. I think I've shown you all this a long time ago. This one, a refresher course. I like to use this press and seal when I have these tiny little pieces to place them. Press and seal by Glad. I don't really use it in Oh, Loopy, the more I use this set, the more you're kicking yourself. I love this set. And I don't know if you were here when I said I was going to try and make this card a Halloween card. I know how you like Halloween. And make this kind of a haunted house. Did you see my card last week with the, I used the windows and made ghosts using those little window dies. I think it's pretty versatile. It's not necessarily a Christmas, this normally doesn't stick like this, but the paper had sticky on it. But there we go. I've got all that just like I want it on my press and seal. And I'm going to put just the tiniest amount of glue because I don't think I'm going to use all these pieces. I don't think they'll fit. Oh. I'll probably just do what I did on that card. I wonder what I did with that card. Y'all, I clean my office and then it just gets discombobulated when I come in here. Okay, we're going to set that aside because I forgot to put my house on here. Let's put our house together. I'm going to set that aside. And another thing that really helps me when I'm using these small pieces are my little tweezers. These are not Stampin' Up's reversible tweezers. Reverse tweezers? I don't know what they're called. But Stampin' Up now carries them. You get them in the embossing kit. But I think you can get these in craft stores. I bought these years ago. You guys can help me vote. This is the house with the little outline. I kind of like the outline around the... Oh, it's kind of blurry. I'll see if I can show you here in a minute. Okay, and then I'm going to put on my little gingerbread trim. My sister needs some of these tweezers. I think they're called reverse tweezers. But they're very, when your fingers are big like mine, they're very helpful with these smaller pieces. Okay, and then the last thing we're going to put on is our little wreath. Okay, so that is that. And then we're going to put that on. I did pop the house up with some dimensionals. This is probably a card if you mail it, and it will fit into an A2 card size. If you mail it, you probably will need extra postage because of all the folds and layers and things. Don't forget celebration ends on the 31st, which is this week. Today's the 29th. So if there's anything you want that totals $50 or more, if you order it by the 31st, you can choose an item from the for free from the celebration list. And they've added some items. Okay, for these little lollipops, I'm just going to put a little tiny bit of glue. I don't know if that's the ink or the... Sorry, I'm trying to keep things in the frame. I should put a little there. I think that works. Okay, and then the little stair steppers. Like I said, we probably won't use all of them. Then I'm just going to lay down my stuff. And there we go. It's got a little stepping stone. Okay, was there anything else I did to that? No. All we have to add now is the sentiment. And if you wanted this to look like a cloud, you could sure trim off this little word bubble part. But I'm going to leave it like that. Pretend like it, I think it's supposed to be maybe smoke coming out of the chimney, but I did it backwards if that's the case. And I did not pop this up either. Did I? Yes, I did. Never mind. I popped it up with some dimensionals. Thank you, Vicki. Thank you, Carol. Thank you, Stephanie. I think these stamp sets with the little scenes are just awesome to use for these little sets. So then the card will sit like this. And you could put a piece of white on the back to put your, you know, your hello, how are you, Merry Christmas. But it stands out like that. I just think they are so cute. And if you did all your die cutting at once, you could just put them together. Because we put this together. I started at 2 and we're done. We did the stamping and stuff. You know, you could slap those together pretty quickly. So, if you're going to make several, which I think I will. Like I said, these will fit in an A2 envelope. I grabbed one just to make sure when I was doing my measuring. I wanted to make sure how big to make that back panel. and it's the perfect size, but there is a bunch of folds there, so I would add your, I'll share this again. You can buy these in the U.S. I know some of you aren't in the U.S., but they are the non-machinable stamps, and so they're your first class postage plus non-machinable surcharge. And I guess because of the purple butterfly, they know that you use the right postage. But I would probably do that because it is a little thicker than normal. So, yes, make it for a template because you could use several different stamp sets for this. Like I said, I'm going to try and make a haunted Halloween one here after I get my Tuesday tutorial done, and make a Halloween card using that. So you can make it any occasion and use many stamp sets for this type of card. So thank you guys for joining me. On Wednesday, I get my little 5-week-old grandbaby. I get to watch her while her mama goes to her follow-up doctor visit. So I will have her Wednesday morning. So I will be doing coffee and a card in the afternoon on Wednesday. So I will see you then. Thanks so much. Happy stamping.